Welcome back to episode 7 of the Basics of Trading with Prateek and me. Hope you guys have been watching these episodes and practicing side by side. Let's take a quick recap. In the previous episode, we learned how to navigate through a broker terminal. What are the different types of orders and how to place them? And in today's episode, we'll learn about the different types of trading. We'll have an overview about trading with equity, futures and options, and currency. And we'll learn about how time frame trading works and determine our trading style. But before we do that, you know the drill. Hit that like button immediately and leave a comment. No. Today we will leave a comment about Prateek sir. Just leave a comment saying, Prateek sir, you are too OP. I'm sure it'll make his day and it'll also tell the algorithm that this should probably push this video out to more people. It would really help the channel a lot if you like and comment. On that note, let's start the episode. Hello, welcome to episode number 7. Prateek, बहुत होगी बात.
Right.
Tell me what are the different styles of trading and let's start.
Okay, cool. So there are different ways you can trade, right? One can be different assets that you'd like to trade. One can be, I want to trade multiple times a day. Someone may say, okay, I want to trade only multiple times a year.
Okay.
So there are different ways and styles. So let's just break that down. So the purpose is, once you know what the existing styles are, you can find what works for you.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So let's just...
multiple times a day तो मुझसे नहीं होगा.
हाँ, correct. You're damn busy, right?
I mean, not really.
करना नहीं है.
I just want to, करना नहीं है. I'm just too lazy.
Correct. Fine. Fair enough. So tell me an asset. Tell me an asset you can trade.
I mean, Bitcoin is an asset technically.
Bitcoin, okay. I was looking for stocks, but you're right. Actually, Bitcoin is an asset. But Bitcoin is like digital, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what I'll do is... Bitcoin here.
It's like some special effects.
It's cool, right? So we have crypto. Bitcoin is an asset that you can trade. So this is one example of something that can be traded on a daily basis, or maybe some people use it for investment as well.
Correct. Gold?
A store of value.
A store of value. What about, do people trade in gold?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. So then you have gold. Then it's normally put into something called commodities.
Correct.
Right? You've probably heard of that. Gold is within something called bullion, which is silver and gold.
Got it.
Right? Within commodities, you also have stuff like oil. You also have stuff like chana that you can trade. People can trade.
Really? People
chana.
trade chana?
People trade chana. They can trade all sorts of commodities.
Oh, really?
Including other things as well.
तो चना का ऐसा order book रहता है ऐसा?
हाँ, actually, you can actually purchase it online and trade it.
Oh, that's too funny. I want to trade in chana.
Short karo. No. But yeah, all commodities, a lot of commodities can be traded. It's traded on the MCX.
Got it.
Right? There's also the NCDX. But yeah, you can trade commodities on different exchanges. Then there's also, you want to guess what this is?
This is the dollar. It's the US
asset is currency. Right? So
Mm-hmm.
USD INR, very popular, and other currency pairs can also be traded. This is in something called the futures market.
Can I trade chana with USD?
I mean, you can trade chana and USD.
But I can't be like, here's $10 worth of chana.
But actually, so these two things, right? These two things are traded in something called futures and options. So you can trade futures and options in these things.
What is futures and options?
So we don't need to get into the details of what futures and options are. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this want to trade futures and options, probably even tried to. Did you try to trade options?
I did.
See?
That's why I'm like,
क्या है जरा बताना जरा. So it's a good idea to maybe either make a different series on it.
Got it. Okay.
But basically, they're leveraged instruments. You put in a small amount of money to control a large amount of stock.
Got it.
And it's traded in futures and options.
Got it.
The other thing we have is, of course, equity.
Yes.
So this is an actual share of what a share certificate of Reliance Industries. This is real, actually, right? So this is what it used to look like. If you saw Harshad Mehta wala scam wala movie.
They would sit in the ring and they would be holding these.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be holding these, that's right. But the order and this is what you would get. Ki this person owns 25 shares, I think, right? Number of equity shares, 25 shares.
This is what goes into a digital version of this goes into your demat account. Right?
Exactly. So
got it.
No one can tear this up and be like, nahi tha, share to nahi tha.
Correct.
It's stored. So that's another thing that you can trade. We've already seen equity. And then you have futures and options. And this is very difficult to show as a prop, right? Because it's a contract. The futures and options for stocks and indices. So Nifty or Sensex, you cannot trade directly. You have to trade them via futures and options.
Got it.
And you can trade stocks via futures. So Tata Steel will have Tata Steel futures, Tata Steel options.
Got it.
So going back to styles of trading, people will say, अच्छा मैं Bitcoin trader हूँ, कि मैं commodity and currency trade करता हूँ, कि मैं equity trader हूँ long term या intraday, नहीं मैं futures and option trader हूँ. So some people describe themselves like this.
So far we've mostly been discussing equity trading.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last episode we discussed like intraday trading.
Correct.
A little bit.
Correct.
Got it. But everything works in a similar way.
Yeah, I mean, for the trader, they're all assets and the price is moving.
Got it.
They all have a chart. They all have support resistance. They all can be back tested.
Got it.
But they're different. They're different assets, different instruments.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Cool. Okay, so tell me, what do you trade in?
So I've traded everything, but what I've gravitated the most towards is actually just equity. Futures and options is decently less compared to this, but mostly equity has just worked for me. It's worked intraday, it's worked over a long term. I know it's damn boring, but it's worked. This one has worked the best. So,
Got it.
So that's it. Another way to describe a style is via a time frame. Okay, how often do you trade? Let me clear this out. So I'll just call this described by time frame. And you probably already know this. I'm just giving a name to it. The first is HFT. You know what this is?
Higher frame time.
It's high frequency trading.
Oh, high frequency trading, of course.
Right. So HFT is probably the most exciting of the lot. So HFT does possibly hundreds of trades every few seconds.
What?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, hundreds of trades every few seconds.
Okay.
Or every minute or so is something an HFT firm or a high frequency trading firm can actually do. And obviously it's not manual, right? They're not people sitting and just like pressing orders. It's completely via an algorithm. They'll find a small gap in the market and they'll trade that. And for a small amount of money that they'll make per trade, they'll just do many trades.
Got it.
And that's how they make money, right?
Okay.
So basically lots of trades, these people is what they do. And they keep doing that, right? The other kind of trader is the scalper. So here, what I'll do is I'll reduce the chips a little bit. He also makes a lot of trades, but this is done manually. Okay, so he may make many trades. And we even know a scalper. I know a scalper who's done this. And it's completely discretionary. You can't make a system out of scalping.
Correct.
So this guy would take one trade and he would exit between 1 minute to 6 minutes. And he'd do this multiple times in a day.
Got it.
So to me,
So scalping is literally like like scalping.
Yeah, correct. You're little थोड़ा
करके
ये थोड़ा मुश्किल चीज क्यों है? Because कितना emotional energy होगा इसमें, right?
कि हर 2 मिनट में आपको जजमेंट कर रहा है कि निकलना चाहिए कि नहीं, घुसना चाहिए कि नहीं. Like it's just a lot of.
And then so you put in 10 lakhs, and then you're on the edge कि अच्छा इसको अभी exit करना है, अभी निकलो, and then you're out, and then you do that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's emotionally very tiring.
Draining, yeah.
So I'm sure by the end of the day, this guy's like, oh my god, can't handle this. So I don't know if this is something that people should aspire to be. It sounds very sexy though, कि मैं scalping करता हूँ. I think it's very difficult though. The next, which is more popular, I would say, right, is intraday. This is fine. If you're new, you'll also find this super interesting. So again, the number of trades over here, there might be 2 trades in a single day, right? This is all in a single day. Intraday is basically market khulta hai, you enter and you exit
Before it closes.
Before it closes. Yeah. Very simple.
So we discussed this yesterday. Actually.
Correct.
The way you place orders. And this is what I think most new people, when they start trading, this is what they start with.
Yeah. Do you think they should start here though?
I mean, I don't know. It's up to them.
Yeah. So I think they can do it for fun, maybe with a very small capital, like 5,000 rupees, just to see how it is. But you should trade with intraday initially, for sure, right? Because you don't know what you're doing. So basically, that's intraday, a few trades that you're doing in a day. Okay, now, ये सब intraday था, right? So all of this was within a day, right? So this is actually all intra-day, right? So very short time frame. Actually, a better word is short time frame, right? Now we'll change the time frame and say, okay, this person will take only a few trades in a week.
Okay.
This is called swing.
Got it.
Okay. A swing trade, also called a positional trade, is this person will take 1 trade every week or so, right? So this will look something like this, right? 1 to 3 trades is what he'll do in a week. He'll exit within that same time frame. So 7 din se 10 din, could be 15 days also, but it's not intraday and it's a little infrequent. More like active trading, right? This is something that works for new guys, I think. This is interesting. Finally, after swing and positional, you have long-term investing.
Got it.
Right? Which is this, right? Investing. This is long-term, right? So you'll take 1 trade ever so often, right? So this is... you want to do a summary?
So these 3 styles, they all happen within a day. So they're technically intraday trading.
Correct.
This is high frequency trading, which is where you're taking trades, like multiple trades every second. And there's someone who's a scalper who'll get in and get out very quickly.
Yeah.
And then there's intraday trading, which is within 1 day, you enter and exit at least once with one particular stock or commodity. And there's swing trading. Swing trading is slightly longer time frame.
Correct.
You get in and get out maybe once every couple of weeks.
Correct.
Then there is investing, which is let's be honest, it's not even trading.
Yeah, it's not even trading.
I don't even know why this is here. This is just investing. If you're smart, you can also do this.
So yeah, based on time frame ho gaya.
Got it.
And what we will learn is about, it's a swing trading strategy that we learn, but it's slightly slower than a swing trading strategy. So you're almost investing, it's like active trading. So you have that thrill of trading very often, but it's also not too often.
Got it.
So it's just right in the middle. So we'll learn that very soon.
Got it.
Next, what we should do, we learn actual styles. Okay, so there are different ways of trading. So now I think the people watching this, what they should do, right? And what you should do. I will tell you what kind of style has what merit and what disadvantage.
Okay.
उसके basis पे let's decide you as a personality, हाँ मेरे को ये style पसंद है.
Got it.
Don't make it कि किसमें ज़्यादा पैसा होता मैं वो करूँगा. Roughly सब में उतना ही पैसा बनेगा. It's your long-term dedication which will make the money, not the style.
Got it.
तो pick a style के लगता है हाँ ये मेरे personality के लिए सही है. Let's learn it.
Got it.
Let's learn the different styles.
Let's do it.
So the first style, the one that I actually really gravitated towards when I started, is called trend following. बहुत simple है ये, because समझने में भी आसान है. So trend following. Can you guess what it is? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? What it probably is.
It's just following the trend.
That's
if
right.
it's going uptrend or downtrend.
Correct. So yeah. So now we'll use the word invest and trade and not bets anymore because now we're moving towards systematic trading.
correct.
So we'll stop using this word. अब इसमें basically what's happening is if the market's going up, you're following the market, you're staying long as possible. If the market is falling, you'll stay short for as long as possible, or you just won't trade.
So if you're going long, you want to be long until you start seeing double top on resistance.
Interesting. If that is part of your exit strategy.
Right.
Yes.
Got it.
Correct.
Got it.
So let's understand what kind of person you need to be to actually trade a trend following strategy.
Got it.
Generally क्या होता है लोग बोलते हैं strategy trade कर लो. If it's not suited to you कर ही नहीं पाओगे आप.
That's true.
तो वो थोड़ा देखते हैं.
So here I think you need to be a person first of all with eyes who can see your chart.
Nice. Okay, that's the first thing.
That's the important.
Internet connection चाहिए.
Internet connection.
हाँ उसके बिना.
Guys, you can't do this without internet connection, so please. You can't.
You realize they can't see this.
Yeah.
Am I a joke to you?
Nice. So let's look at hypothetical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Okay. Let's imagine हमको ये हम 5 साल का हम ये ट्रेड कर रहे हैं.
Okay.
तो let's imagine ये होता क्या है. फर्स्ट में ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग कैसा दिखेगा. आपने नाइकी खरीदा, माला मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है, थोड़ा गिरा, साइडवेज अब फिर ऊपर गया. ऐसे ही होता है ना ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग. तो मान लो अब मैं मार्केट एंट्री एग्जिट राइट ब्लू से एंट्री मार्क करता हूँ. तो आपका एंट्री ये है ब्लू में. ठीक है. एंड यू होल्डिंग ऑन टू दिस. एक और स्टॉक लेते हैं. ये भी ऐसे ही बहुत टाइम साइडवेज था, आपने एंट्री किया, ऊपर गया. दिस व्हाट ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग इज. करेक्ट. फिर से आपने यहाँ पे एंट्री किया, बहुत पेशेंस लगा यार, साइडवेज ही था, फिर फटा, फिर साइडवेज हो गया, फिर फटा. Okay. Another example I'll take. In this case, you entered, immediately the market fell, continued to fall. So again.
Oh wow.
Nice, no?
This is a tough one.
And finally, let's say another good one you have. The market's gone like this. Okay. Again, you've entered here. Enter करते ही market went up. That's great.
ये enter करते ही सब सही जा रहा है basically.
सही. हाँ नहीं. और इसमें you entered, market went up and it crashed again.
Wow.
And let's say you entered here, right at the top.
Imagine entering with all your network like in February of 2020.
I mean, if I see a comment somewhere, they're like, मैंने खरीदा सब पैसा चला गया. I'll be like, dude, didn't you watch the series? Like, but हाँ. Over here, you have not exited. Over here, you have not exited. Here, you exited immediately because market गिर गया. Okay, there is a trend following system will stay on a trend for as long as possible. ठीक है? That means you have to have patience holding on to a stock, never exiting till eternity. तो patience चाहिए.
Correct.
लेकिन जो losses हैं वो फटाफट आ जाएंगे. जैसे ट्रेंड रिवर्सल में एग्जिट कर गया.
Correct.
Right? So the exit may come a few weeks after you enter. But the stock that you bought 5 years ago, you're still long, you've not realized that profit. You're still holding on. Portfolio में दिख रहा है. So you'll, basically, all your trades will be lost trades. When you execute, you'll book a loss and you'll never realize, you'll never exit your profit trades because you're holding on to them for a long time.
Correct.
You need to be chill with that. Over here also, you exited immediately. Here you didn't exit. So what will happen is, in 1 week, minus 10,000 rupees. Okay? Over here, another in, say, 2 weeks, minus 9,000 rupees. You need to be okay with that. And then you have 2 years plus, I don't know, maybe 1 lakh. Again, 1 year plus 60,000, and maybe another 1 year, maybe this one is 50,000. So you realize wealth was created, but you're holding on. इसमें time कितना ज़्यादा है? ये फटाफट exit हो गया. तो when you see your net worth, बोलेगा यार वो तो net worth नहीं. When you see your trades, बोलेगा यार मैंने losses ले लिए, but you have to hold on these for a long time. तो अगर आप में patience है और आपको long term wealth थोड़ा create करना है, तो ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग आपके लिए सही है. अगर पेशेंस नहीं है तो फिर ये आपके लिए सही नहीं होगा. मोस्ट इन्वेस्टर्स आर दिस.
अच्छा.
राइट. थिंक अबाउट वॉरेन बफेट, थिंक अबाउट टॉम बैसो, अभी ट्रेंड फॉलोइंग सिखा रहा है. यही है. राइट. लार्ज अमाउंट्स ऑफ मनी, लॉन्ग टाइम. एक्चुअली इवन इफ लाइक हमने शुरू में किया था ना, वीसी फर्म्स भी तो ऐसे ही हैं.
करेक्ट.
So what kind of person you need to be a trend follower?
So you need to have a lot of patience.
Correct.
At the same time, you need to recognize when there's a loss that you foresee to probably exit when that's happening. But otherwise, you need to be okay with losing money, and you also need to be okay with not making money from the first day itself, because a lot of this is about just waiting for good moves to be in a profit. So you hold on for as long as you can until you foresee a loss.
Yeah, this reminds me, there's one more thing about trend following, is that you'll have one stock. Let me change this number from 1 lakh to say 4 lakhs as an example. You need to be okay to not to sell this
when it's doing well.
When it's doing well, and you hold on to this for as long as possible. I mean, imagine if, like, say, Sequoia, who had invested in Facebook, sold at bola ki yaar $1 billion valuation ho gaya.
Correct.
I will sell Facebook.
Correct.
But you know, Facebook is worth probably much more now. It's probably much higher. So they held on. Just like you're doing it as a retail level. You'll get one stock which is doing really well. You don't exit until your system tells you to exit.
But how do you develop that patience, right? Like when a stock is growing, it's never like this, like this, like this.
Exactly.
Like this. It's always like this, like this,
exactly.
like this, and then you don't know where it'll go.
Yeah.
So how do you hold on?
So I think the only thing that you can do is tell yourself that this works, and if you can follow a system for a very long period of time. System is what? A set of rules. It's a promise you make to yourself. मैं promise करता हूँ ये 3 चीजें मैं 10 साल तक करूँगा. क्या आप वो कर सकते हो?
But sure, isn't it, if you're gonna hold on to it for like 2 years and all?
Yeah.
Don't you need like fundamental analysis and not necessary technical analysis?
Yeah, absolutely. So how you do this, it could be fundamental plus technical. So what you could do is you could take the top 20 best managed companies and apply technical analysis on it.
But this honestly feels like this is just investing.
Yeah.
Like trading was supposed to be slightly more exciting than this.
Correct. Actually, you're right. My point was that the profit trades you'll be holding on for a longer time frame, and the loss trades you'll be holding, like you'll exit very quickly. So you can just change the numbers over here and be like, okay, if you change the time frame from say a weekly, like what I'm showing over here is a weekly time frame, you just change this to say hourly. Same analysis, same everything, trend following. This 2 years on an hourly chart, I'll put H here. Instead of 2 years, it'll be something like 1 day. Right?
Got it.
Your loss over here instead of 2 weeks will be something like, I don't know, 15 minutes. Yeah, you're right.
Got it.
15
so
minutes.
You following the trend, you can just apply this to intraday trading as well, basically.
Correct. So one thing you should know, जो भी style है, you change the time frame and it will become trading or investing.
Got it.
You make a higher time frame, investing बन गया. Make a lower time frame, trading बन गया.
Got it.
The next style is mean reversion. We've already seen this actually. So it's called mean reversion. Basically, price is moving like this. And there is a mean. Let's say this is the average of the price. Okay. Every time price goes, say, higher than the average, you look to short. यार ये बहुत deviate कर गया, मैं short करूँगा इसको. If it goes too low, then you say, okay, I'm going to go long.
Got it.
And you buy. So it's basically, it will revert to the mean. It will come back.
It will come back to the mean anyway. Yeah.
So the only guy who can actually do this is a contrarian. Right?
Contrarian.
A contrarian. So you're okay with going against the grain. Markets are going up, you will look to short. Markets बहुत गिर गए, you'll go long.
Got it.
So for example, March में जब lockdown के time में एकदम market गिर गया था, and everyone was like, it's the end of the world, and your mean reversion system said buy, you should be chill with placing that buy order.
Yeah, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just saying, you know, I didn't buy, all right?
This is like this is called gravity investing.
Gravity.
And this is your gravity. If it goes upar niche thoda, you just know it's going to come back here.
Correct. So mean reversion could be intraday or it could be long term as well, but it can be used intraday as well. Mean reversion, right?
Got it.
The last is actually momentum.
Got it.
ये बहुत exciting है. I think you already know what it means, right?
Yeah, it's where you trade when there's momentum.
Momentum मतलब
movement.
Market ऊपर जा रहा है. इसमें it will look something like this. Market's done this. बहुत बार resistance high, it made an all-time high, made another all-time high, made another all-time high, and people like, यार अब तो गिरेगा ये. But the momentum investor says, अब तो मैं enter करूँगा. Right? The momentum person says that he will enter stocks when it's higher. So normally people say buy low, sell higher. Momentum is buy
high and sell even higher.
Correct. So what kind of person do you think would actually be able to trade something like this?
It's someone with more capital, I'm assuming, no?
Yeah, correct. So the person who's trading momentum, if you're very like optimistic, I would say, then you would buy this, because imagine a stock has reached uncharted levels and it's all-time high. इससे ऊपर कभी गया नहीं. आप वहाँ enter कर रहे हो.
Yeah.
You need to be an optimistic person to be okay with
Yeah,
that.
so it doesn't sound like me.
So the strategy we learn is based on momentum.
Got it.
It's also faster because when a stock is in momentum, it's in the news. A lot of people are trading, investing in it. It'll move faster, right? So if you don't have patience for trend following, कि बहुत time wait किया फिर ऊपर गया, mean reversion में it's fast also. Momentum में it's even faster because there's already a lot of activity happening and you're entering at that time. So it's quite, your learning curve will be a lot faster because there's a lot of movement.
Correct.
So we'll see that when we actually trade the system based on momentum.
Are there more styles of trading?
Yeah, actually there are a bunch more, but I mean discussing them will be out of the scope. Basically there's something like discretionary, like we discussed, like scalping, जहाँ पे there is no system. There is also techno-fundamental, where you combine technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Then there is the calendar spread, there is arbitrage, and there's also pair trading. Hopefully someday we'll discuss those styles as well.
Correct. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's just focus on the simpler stuff right now.
Yeah, perfect. Tanmay, you know what segment this is, right?
Oh my god.
But this time it's easy, yeah.
Okay.
It's not that difficult.
Exam time. Let's do it.
Only 2 questions. First question, अगर 3 से 4 trade लेने हैं in a month, what kind of style is that?
3 to 4 trades in a month. It sounds like a trend following style.
हाँ, your answer is swing trading.
Oh my god.
ये retake नहीं होगा, ये गलत था. 0 marks. Swing trading. So it's also called positional trading.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Now swing trading. Why did I know this?
That's fine, right? And intraday is?
Intraday is every day.
Simple. हाँ, every day. Saturday, Sunday छुट्टी होती है, but हाँ, get the point. Now, according to your personality, what style works for you?
According to my personality, I like the idea. I don't want to trade every day.
Okay, makes
Like
sense.
I want to trade like every week or so.
Like 1-2 trade हफ्ते के बहुत हैं.
हाँ.
ठीक है,
That's fine.
तो वो time frame बदल देंगे to say a daily or weekly chart.
Weekly, yeah. So weekly trend following style.
And you're okay with this kind की losses जल्दी आ जाएंगे, but you can hold on to the profits, no problem.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. जब तक green दिख रहा है तो मजा आता है.
तब तक ठीक है. हाँ, ये तो actually ठीक है ना. Holding में हमेशा green दिखेगा, red हट जाएगा.
Best.
तो बस ठीक है, ये तुम्हारा स्टाइल है. लेकिन हम लोग ये वाला स्टाइल सीखेंगे.
Okay, momentum
चलेगा, नया होगा. We'll see what happens.
If you want to know what type of trading suits your needs, check out the courses on LearnApp.com, where you will get access to 200 plus courses by paying just 1 fee. And guess what? The link in the description gets you 2 months of extra access for absolutely free. And of course, trade karte karte, you can analyze your stock fundamentals and history in depth, all thanks to Ticker-Tape. And before you begin trading, one must have a Demat account. So open your own Demat account with the link in the pinned comments.
So are you ready?
Yeah. This is the part where you tell us that this is in the next episode.
That's right, guys. See
Oh
you.
my god, you're so predictable. All right, click. We're gonna learn momentum trading in the next episode.
Cool.
See you there.
Coming up next.
These 3 things basically form a good system and we'll be able to measure them. What will be the traits of these stocks? What's your observation? They will do what?
They will consistently hit all-time highs
Okay.
regularly.
Right. Good at math, were we in school?
I was good at math.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
You should be okay then.
Yeah.
What's a system, bro?
So ideally, your stop loss should also keep increasing, right? अगर stop loss यहाँ पे है,
हाँ.
अगर आप बोलते हो कि ये price पे stock को बेचो.
Actually, a better word is short time frame, right? Oh, that's also shut the fuck up, right?
That's you need a U at the end.
Ah, right. अपना इतना निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी सुनते रहते, यार हिंदी मत लिखा करो, आई कांट रीड इट। I'll try, okay? यार तन्मय एक बात बता, अपन इतना निफ्टी 50 और बैंक निफ्टी सुनते रहते हैं, if we really trade उसमें क्या करना?
I'll read it. Oh my god.